Let's spend a minute or two on understanding what long-tail search is. What long-tail search basically is one way for search engines to be able to connect searches with the most important web page relative to the keywords that they used in the search box. The interesting thing is that while most businesses are focused around trying to rank very high in the search engines for the most popular searches, so for example, interior designer Boston, the fact is that more searches are occurring at the longer end of the tail on the bottom of this slide, and that 75% of the searches that go on every day on Google are rare searches and not the popular searches. Now, Longtail applies to really any topic. For example, we can look at apartments, and we can see that if I have an apartment community in Atlanta, that there are lots of consumers who are searching for Atlanta apartments. But the fact is that it is only a small piece of the number of searches and the types of searches that are conducted every day and all year long. If you move through the green part of the bottom of this slide, you will see as you move all the way to the right, the searches get more and more specific. They also, as they get more specific, become even rarer searches. But the ability for the search engines to connect searches using very specific search criteria with the best web page is much higher and leads to really stronger conversion rates. The fact is also that consumers are infinitely creative in the way they search, and that because of that, the long tail continues to apply to any sector of any business and has a mandate that the more content that a company has that's specific and relative to their business on their websites, the more they will find themselves being connected with consumers who are using long tail search. And here's an example of that. If I search for a very popular search like Dallas apartments, what I'm going to find is all of the big internet listing services that the search engines believe are the best general research for somebody searching in the very general area of Dallas for apartments. And you see apartments.com and Apartment Guide and Apartment Finder and For Rent. No individual communities. But if I add a few words like, hey, I'm looking for a theater and a card room and a fitness center in a downtown Dallas apartment, all of a sudden I see page one on Google dramatically change and show me very specific apartment communities. And that's because these apartment communities are in control of the content that they create, and that allows searches to connect with them in very specific ways. So that's our couple of minutes on long tail search.